Don't talk about sponsorship.
Okay, no problem.
The fair knows. Don't ask me.
Okay, no problem.
I told everyone has to work with me. I said, okay, well, some people will be working
Chef
with me.
Matt.
Okay, no problem.
And Goose have claimed it.
Okay, no problem. So if you make you
That'll work.
or anything goes out, I'll send this part of you.
Nick, yours is
Partially
very
that,
nice.
and two, of course, getting facts right because there's something that somebody says it's most of the guys. Not all the guys, most of the guys here know, but some of the guys, sometimes that gets sort of assumed.
I have hope come as an opener.
Hey, when you bring your clippers, I tend to end up with them. I think I got a set of your clippers a year ago.
Whatever you're doing.
Leave Pip alone.
I made a statement like 2 weeks ago when I'm sticking to my...
Check this out. I cut down bamboo,
Wow.
and the type of bamboo that came off,
Oh, look at that.
tasseled, all tasseled.
Right into the
And
head
I'm
reach.
gonna put it right into my legs for brushes.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And it's wonderful. It's kicking.
Yeah, Chris, find it. Lean the staff up on the tank. All hail the sacred propane tank. It's seen 10 years of marches.
Nah, we didn't start the first one from back here, did we?
You weren't
No,
on the first one.
My first one.
Actually, Chris is one of the longest running marchers. I think you and Nick were on the second or third march. So, no, the first
Oh, I know I
march
was on the best.
yeah, you were the big one.
Hang on, maybe not the best, but the most notable.
Yeah, the notable one. I have that in my document.
I went there for the brothers first.
Yeah.
Chris,
No, I was talking to my wife about lifting up my. I wanted to put this underneath my braid.
yes, we are doing a big march at FerryCon, by the way. Saturday will be the march. Saturday morning early will be the march at FerryCon. Brothers, do I have your attention?
5th, 6th, and 7th, I think?
As long as I have you here, I'll tell you now, we are doing a big march at FerryCon Saturday before noon. The theme of FerryCon is the Green Man. I'm doing a panel either Saturday afternoon or Sunday with the two guests of honor and Charles Vest and Charles Alent, and we're doing it on the nature of the Green Man. And so we want to put on, no, Matthews will not be there. So and actually we're hoping that Stephen Winnick will show up. So do you know Stephen? I think Stephen might be out in the crowd right now. Do we need?
He said he was going to be here, I thought.
Stephen's supposed to be here and sing. He is singing for us.
Right.
So I need to look out front and see if Steve's here actually.
Is that good?
Yeah. I think it's time for my arms. Yeah, hold it.
Sorry, I got it.
That's right.
Hey, you guys have always been
All
our
right.
past of the future. I'll give it just one sec.
Is that hot?
He's going to invoke this somewhere around here where he's ready from the last one for a blessing.
Yeah.
And those are cool, pal.
What? Make this an ecumenical service?
Yes, ecumenical service. We're an ecumenical order.
The prior of the Order of Green Men. I've been part of the marches since 2004. This is my 23rd year as a worker at the Maryland Renaissance Festival. I am a founder and the executive producer of the Maryland Ferry Festival, which has been running now for 5 years, which happens this year it's the 15th, 16th of May. And I actually was interested the first year I saw the Green Man March and spoke to the abbot about it. And he told me a little bit about it, and I told him that I was interested in actually helping found a men's organization that would be invested in the preservation of the mythic arts, as well as I spent many years working with the Boy Scouts of America, and I wanted an organization that men who believed in some ways differently than the Boy Scouts do as far as their membership requirements, that they could feel as though that they were devoted to family, devoted to the raising of a community, as well as the preservation of the environment and standing up for the things that they believe in. And it was one of those kind of deals where I know that you probably have gotten the story from Shane about how he had his dream of the wild hunt, and how he talked with James Casey about it. And it was a combination of those things, and really Shane is really the father of this whole thing, that got the Order of Green Men started. I was just happy to be there somewhere towards the beginning and support it wholeheartedly.
How does the fair feel about Bog?
How does the fair feel? We're like one of the only things they allow that they actually don't control. And that is really amazing, because the Smiths do a very good job of running and organizing their show. But we are actually, every person who is marching actually is sponsored by a booth. And that booth kind of takes responsibility for that person's actions. You can stick them behind me too, Jamie. And so that way there is some control over what we do and what we don't do, because we don't want to be too bawdy or raucous. I mean, as bawdy and raucous as we can be, but not bawdy and raucous to have people get offended. And that, when you put it all together, is how the fair, works with and deals with the Order of Green Men. It kind of started, and I think that they not appreciate it if they cut us off, you know what I mean, kind of deal. Maybe they wouldn't like it as much, or the people coming wouldn't like it as much. And I know it's kind of a flavor of the fair now. And even though the fair's been running for like 33 years, well, I've been running for 10, it's some things that people look forward to.
So you enhance the community.
Yeah, I believe so. I think we're part of the fair. I think we're part of, when you look at ancient, medieval England and medieval societies, that if you look through their lore and mythology, you will find green men or mythical men of the forest will pop up in their lore, and I think we're actually part of that. I mean, the harvest festivals have already occurred, and the green men are part of that.
So you've been a part of this fair for 23 years now?
Yes, 23 years. I started here working in 1986. I came to the show in 1985 as a patron, and quite honestly, I kept getting sucked into all the shows and all the street character performances, and I thought, it'd be really cool to work here because I'm funnier than a lot of these people. So I worked at K2P Studio. I've worked at Heineke Pottery. Did a little freelancing for a couple of days, and then have been working at Ancient Mysteries Divination, the fortune teller's booth, ever since.
So what is it about Maryland that makes this Renaissance Fair specifically so special?
Oh, I think it's special because of the community and the people here. I think because we're cosmopolitan, I think because we're here in the nation's capital, we do have a confluence of people of different religions, different, countries, different perspectives. Because so many things are politically charged and things of that nature, there's a lot of expression that's allowed here that may not be allowed in other parts of the country. And I think that really makes us unique.
Tell me about the community here.
The community in general, the fair community, I think is a very, very good community. I think we're very supportive of each other. I know that when fair goers have died, there was a food drive a couple of weeks ago in honor of someone who passed away. I know that we did a memorial service when Hoss, the owner of the booth here that we emerged from, we did a service for him. And I think we're fairly supportive when we have people that need surgery or people that have fallen hard times or something like that. The festival group really comes together and supports that. I think that's unique. I don't think they do that everywhere.
Is it typical for a Ren Fair, or is it typical for Maryland Ren Fair?
I don't know that I think it'd be typical for Ren Fairs in general. I think there'd be some sense of community depending on where you are. I think Maryland is just special in that sense. I think we're a pretty close-knit group.
Do you have a favorite memory from being here?
Favorite memory from being here? My first wife and I were the first couple married at the Maryland Renaissance Festival back in 1987. I do have pictures of that, by the way. We were the Sunday insert for the newspaper here. We made the front page. So having sheet cake for 400 people, actually having pirates and barbarians come from one side of the festival, and having the Queen of England, because we were still doing Elizabeth at the time. So you had Elizabeth and her court coming from the other side, and they converged at my wedding. My wife's side of the family were the pirates and stuff, and mine was the nobility side.
Whenever you're dressed, let Nancy take your portrait.
So that was a pretty interesting.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Not a problem.
Thank you. I might contact you and get those pictures.